Shout out to Ani brand, baby. Best deadlift shoe. Used it forever, as you can tell. 4 millimeters thin, man. That is a thinner sole than wrestling shoes. Nice and barefoot. First deadlift session of this prep, guys. We are 7 weeks out from the super total. This is day number 3 of week number 1. I am doing my own programming, peaking myself for this meet. Check out the last couple of videos if you want to find out more. And guys, I've decided to turn this into a little mini series. If you want to stay tuned and follow along with my progress, I'm going to try to share as much as I can. Hit that notification button, that little bell icon below. That way you get notified when I put up a new video. And just keep checking the channel, man, because I've been having a lot of fun following my own peaking programming for the first time ever in my life for a full meet. Deadlifts, real easy, 5x5 with 405 today, easing back into everything this week. Things will pick up soon enough. I deadlift once a week currently. That's what I respond to the best, and it's on its own day. You have to find what works best for you. Some people need multiple days of deadlifting. Some people will do better deadlifting on their squat days because that kind of trains you for what a meet's going to be like. I've done all of it, and I found this works the best for me personally. Everyone's different. I'm combining my deadlift days actually with my lighter, easier bodybuilding days. So shoulders and arms are hit on this day. Shoulders are hit twice in the week. Arms are hit only once because they're a strong suit of mine already. And less is more. Honestly, I used to be under the impression that, you know, for a weak point, you want to smash it 5, 10 sets in a row, 12, 15 reps, more. And that kind of backfires because you don't recover as optimally, I found. This last bodybuilding prep actually taught me that less with great quality is more. So now I'll just do 3 great sets of like 12 quality ass reps with a weight that's heavy enough to overload the muscle, but still light enough to where I can get quality reps in, keep time under tension, all of that goodness. So that's what I've been doing, man. Just 2 easy movements for shoulders, 3 sets each, quality, and then smash arms with 2 exercises each for arms. I'm curling in my combo rack because I own 50% of this rack and because it's empty in here. Don't ever let me catch you doing this, though. This is one of those do as I say, not as I do. This is the biggest sin in the entire world. I will kill you. Ariana and I are so bad at opening packages. One is for her, one is for me, and they've both been here for like a solid week on this floor, unopened.
I got the face.
Get the hoods.
Okay, face.
Hoods.
Hoods on go.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Ooh, you guys liking my new hoodie? It's camo. Flash. This is brand new, just dropped on Slingshot, and it's live now. Code is Nick10, info box below. We also got, where'd it go? They also gave me this here t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Dripped out. Would you date me in this? If I saw you and I was like, what's your name, what's your sign?
I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Look at Dan, helping the community, man, the RPS community. Hard at work. Coach Dan. What'd you just weigh in at, boy?
171.8.
He is 10 pounds under his weight class, and that's great. Tomorrow's his first meet ever. Amped. Yeah. The pre-meet feast. Round 1, some appetizers. You ready? You ready? Eating big tonight. Oh, here's round 2. Look at that. Damn.
I can't even get up for the meet.
Early.
Ichiban is the best sushi on the planet ever. 10 out of 10. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? That's artwork right there. This is PR fuel right here, baby. How does this happen every time, man? I try to slow down too, and it's just gone. I can't eat
as fast as you.
There's a leak in my plate. My best friend, my brother from another, Nick Ferraro, did his first meet this weekend after only about 7 or 8 months of lifting under his belt. And I could not be more proud of him. And that is the biggest thing I tell everybody. Dive into a competition the instant you want to compete. That is when you're ready. Don't wait until you think you're ready. You'll never feel ready. You can literally tell yourself you want to wait till you're at my numbers. 400-pound bench, 600 squat, whatever. Guess what? Now that I'm here, all I'm doing is looking at how far ahead of me Russ Swoll and John Hack and Brett Gibbs all are. There's always going to be a bigger fish. You'll never feel ready. Dive in the second you want to. That's what I always did. Back when I was 15 years old, I did my first bodybuilding show before I had any business ever being on a stage. That was also after only about 7 or 8 months of training, which is kind of crazy, that coincidence right there. I told Nick this as well, and this is really important, because at first he really wanted to do the meet, but he was having second thoughts because, well, you know, my numbers aren't competitive yet. Should I even bother? I told him, if you want to do it, that's all the reason you need, and look at it as every meet you do right now is training for your future meets when you are competitive numbers wise. Because a meet is so different than hitting a PR in the gym. There's no way to describe it. Doing a meet involves so much strategy, so much thinking, so much mental training. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. Doing a meet is night and day difference. Timing when you start warming up. You don't want to warm up too soon, too early, too quick, too slow. Deciding when to draw back from a lift because you want to save that energy for a lift you're better at so you can add more to your total down the line. Letting go of number goals that you have in your head because those are detrimental. Like, there's so many factors that you can't learn by just lifting in the gym. You have to do a meet. That builds experience. And I'm telling you that on the platform experience can make or break you when you become competitive. So I told him, and this is what I tell you guys as well, if you want to compete, dive the fuck in. A local meet is fun. You get people of all walks at local meets. You have people that are freaks once in a while popping in with elite numbers, but you have a lot of people who are just getting started themselves that are brand new to lifting as well, just testing the waters. You might surprise yourself, and they're a lot of fun, but most importantly, it's learning experience. And I told Nick that. I was like, with all this platform experience you're getting now, early, think about how lethal of a competitor you'll be when your lifts are elite and you're able to compete in the higher ranks with the bigger boys. Nick did his first meet and he killed it, man. When we started training together back in, I don't know, it was like 8 months ago, this is what it looked like.
Clean, drive.
Less than 10 sessions ago, he could not get into a squat position because he destroyed himself back in high school playing football, like destroyed from the hip down to the knee, muscles tore off the bone, pieces of bone fragment tore off with the hip. No exaggeration, it was bad. And then later on in his adult years, retore his ACL. That's 95 pounds in the bar, and as you can see, his form's kind of all over the place. I just had him do a set after we got mobility down. We spent the whole first time working on mobility like crazy because it was non-existent, and you can see forms all over the place. Very soon after, he got 135, cooking for easy reps. We threw on 285. Let's go. Stay with me. Come on up. Come on up. Up, 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 up. So we fast-tracked him to 315 pretty quick, but then he moved, and I really couldn't train with him anymore because the distance was too far. So I got him linked up with Steve Tripp, the owner of Top Strength Gym, now in Pawtucket. Good friend of mine. Steve is a beast. Steve took him under his wing. He turned him into a monster. His technique is beautiful now. Shout out to Steve for the amazing coaching. The man knows what he's doing. He programmed him, and he peaked him. And Nick killed it. I dropped the ball on his squats, man. RPS ran hours late the last time I did an RPS meet. We were waiting forever. So I figured they'd be running late again. I was still aiming to be right on time, right when they scheduled to start, and I figured I'd just wait if they were late. They started early. They ran early this time, so I fucking missed his squats. I was so pissed. I was so pissed. Fortunately, Dan Mackler was there, helping him with attempt selections, which was really good. And he killed it, man. His best squat was 315. He opened with like 325, smoked it, smashed a beautiful 350. I don't have a video of it. And then Dan called 360, 365 for a third. Nick got a little greedy, wanted to go for 370. And he gave 370 a really, really good fight. It was almost there, but that's another good learning experience. So you learn how to select attempts better. You learn how to let go of that desire for the bigger number and think more logically and strategically like that. So that's what I'm saying. That was a good learning experience right there for him. Bench he killed. He's been having issues with his bench, obviously. Some shoulder issues and whatnot, but he hit an all-time PR of 215 pounds, which was phenomenal. I mean, we were just hoping for 200 at least, and he got 215 with more in the tank. I mean, honestly, probably good for 220, 225.
Hold it, right.
Deadlifts, he murdered. The most he had ever pulled was 315 pounds. That was his max. He opened with 325 or 335. I think it was 325, and it flew like there was nothing on the bar. Then we bumped it up to 365. See, originally we had like maybe 370s in our head for him. But that 325 flew. Me and Steve were like, I think he has like a 400-pound deadlift in him. We decided to jump him up to 365. And the thought process was, if 365 flies, Well, hell, let's go for 400. If 365 moves really heavy, well, then we just stick to the original plan. We bump it up 5 to 10 more pounds for his third attempt, and he lands around the 370, which he had planned. 365 flew like a joke, so we bumped it up to 400. I was gonna do 405, then I realized they're not 45-pound plates, so who really gives a fuck about the extra 5 pounds? Let's make it a sure thing, break that 400-pound milestone, stay a little conservative. He fucking smoked it. I have never been more proud of him. That's an 85-pound PR, entering the 400-pound club. After only 7 months of training. 7 months ago, he couldn't lift 200 pounds off the ground.
Up, 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 up! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Woo! Hell yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Baby, nice job. Oh, man.
And keep in mind, this is at a body weight of 170 pounds. That's another tip for all you first timers. Don't cut weight. Fuck the weight class. Walk in and compete at whatever weight you normally walk around at and lift at. That will give you your best performance. So Nick's big total goal was the total 900, right? And I told him I think he's good for a 400 range deadlift, and I think he could break that easily, even get closer to 1,000. Guess what his total was today? 965.
Let's go! Yes!
So dope, man. Awesome, awesome first time meet, man.
On everything right now. Thanks a lot to this guy right here for getting me into it and everything.
So excited.
Yeah.
It's dope. I'm running up to film you at a meet. How dope
I'm
is
humbled,
that?
man. I know, who would have thought?
That's crazy.
Who would have thought? All
That's
those
awesome.
years, who would have thought, man?
Such a cool feeling. 7 months into training, this is just the beginning. But he did it, man. He got his feet wet. Now he's gonna have that much more experience and confidence. He had those learning experiences of attempt selection, of warming up. Like, that's gonna be so beneficial. Now he's gonna keep training. He'll get stronger and stronger. Soon enough, he'll actually be competitive. First on the local level. And then depending on how far he takes it, who knows after that. But he's gonna have such an advantage by getting this platform experience in early like this. So I am so damn proud of him. And guys, I hope this kind of opens your eyes. If you're on the fence about doing your first meet, just fucking do it. Local meets are fun. There's a lot of other lifters. He didn't get fucking smoked or anything. There's a lot of lifters who had similar numbers because again, local meets have all walks. They have people that are brand new, just like him. So he fit in right there. There were some dudes who were really strong. There were some dudes that were just getting started. Just do a local meet. There's so much fun and it's gonna pay off in the long run.